The ground is rumbling up and down the west coast today, including right here in eastern Washington. A swarm of earthquakes hit this morning, shaking a few people right out of bed.
All of a sudden, I thought we had a burglar.
So today's quakes might not have been the biggest, but experts say it is serving as a warning potentially for the big one.
And the weekend is here. We're taking a look outside, expecting partly cloudy skies to continue through the weekend. But coming up, we'll talk about a slight threat of some showers and even thunderstorms coming up in just a bit.
Well, thanks so much for being with us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Jen York.
Hi, everyone. It's good to see you. I'm Laura Papetti. Well, Mother Nature, she's certainly been active this morning, all up and down the coast, as you were saying. One calm spot, though, is our forecast as we head, into the blessed weekend. We're going to join Evan Narani. He is back in the house today after being on vacation. Evan, what can we expect outside?
So we've started off our weekend with really nice conditions outside. We've got partly cloudy skies for most of the northwest, really slight winds, breezy winds, but nothing too high. We're seeing single-digit wind speeds and wind gusts right now. Overall, though, on our map that we've got of where those earthquakes were located that we were tracking earlier this morning, you can see the main spots of those. So you guys will have more details on those coming up. But here's that hour-by-hour forecast where you can see 85 degrees for that afternoon high. That's going to come just around 5 and 6 p.m. We've got clouds that are in the sky right now, progressively clearing out throughout the day, but we'll end the day with just a few lingering clouds. So I'd say mostly sunny conditions, but otherwise a few lingering clouds. You can see those winds out of the southwest in the single digits, so keeping us calm. And over the weekend, things only improve. Saturday, a high of 87 degrees, Sunday, 83 degrees. Both of these temperatures just at or above the seasonal average for this time of year, so pretty nice to see. Mostly high clouds into Saturday, but late Saturday night into Sunday morning, that's where we see our best bet for some wet weather to move in. And by wet weather, we're talking a very slim chance of just some showers to build towards Sunday morning. So coming up, we'll go into a little bit of detail with that. We'll also be talking more coming up about Tropical Storm Barry around the Louisiana and Texas area. So a lot of national weather news and even local weather news going on that we'll talk about coming up, but I'll send things back to you guys for now.
All right, my friend, thank you very much. It is 2 minutes past noon today. Certainly the talk across the state today, earthquakes hitting up and down the west coast, and that includes one right here in our area.
A magnitude 2.5 quake hit around 3:45 this morning near Royal City. Viewer Nancy says she felt it. She posted this on Facebook. Told my husband, I think that was an earthquake. Thought I was crazy. But we also had a viewer call our newsroom reporting he felt that quake as well. It was relatively shallow compared to some of the other earthquakes.
But enough for people to feel, as you're hearing. And about 45 minutes prior, around 3 o'clock in the morning, a larger earthquake shook some people out of bed. This is over in western Washington. So take a look at the seismograph and you can certainly see it. Very dramatic visualization of it. You can see the moment that a 4.6 magnitude quake struck just north of Seattle. The epicenter was about 10 miles southeast of Everett. It was followed 2 minutes later by a 3.5 magnitude aftershock. And you can see some minor shaking in this video. It was gentle enough that some people reported sleeping right through the earthquake. However, for others, and this looks much more dramatic. It shook them right out of bed.
All of a sudden, I thought we had a burglar because it sounded like somebody just threw all my silverware onto the sidewalk, onto the floor of the kitchen and stuff, and grabbed my gun and ran in the living room, and spices on the floor and pictures that, just messed up a little bit, but tried to go back to sleep. Didn't work.
So authorities say there are no reports of any major damage or anything like that, and no injuries were reported. So that's some good news to come out of that.
That's right. Well, the shaking was strong enough to startle some household pets. Take a look at this cat. Oh, this video was sent into our Seattle sister station. Home video caught the feline just startled by the earthquakes. Not exactly sure what's happening.
Oh, and they can feel it so much more. They've always said about dogs and cats. So it must be startling. And boy, look at those eyes on that video. I love it.
A couple of my friends over there say they were about to sleep probably through this, but their dog started barking at the time this was hitting. So a lot of the animals were jolted.
Southern California felt a swarm of earthquakes this morning as well. We were talking about how this was happening all over the West. Oh my gosh, that's frightening looking. The largest being a 4.9 magnitude quake. This was near Ridgecrest. That is the same location as 2 large earthquakes last week. And that is the video you're seeing here. There have been thousands of aftershocks there since the 4th of July. So you can read more about today's earthquakes. That's right now on KREM.com, and there you can also find information about the major faults across the state. You can also find that information on the KREM 2 mobile app. So you'll definitely want to check it out. Interesting to read about. All right, it is just 5 minutes past noon right now. Authorities are warning drivers to know their heights before hitting the road.
Well, this is after a driver hit the Evergreen overpass along I-90 in Spokane Valley. The Washington Department of Transportation tweeted out these pictures. Crews say a driver with an excavator on the bed of a truck hit that bridge. They say the damage is mainly cosmetic.
Ooh.
Well, 2 new middle schools are set to be built in Spokane. The land will be transferred to Spokane Public Schools from the city of Spokane. One property is located on East North Foothills Drive. The other is located at East 63rd Avenue and South Altamont Street. In November last year, Spokane voters passed a $495 million bond to build 6 new middle schools. The money for building the new middle schools comes from that bond. It does not factor into budget issues the district is currently facing.
So that'll be a lot of new schools for our kids as we get ready. There's just more and more moving into the neighborhoods.
And start of school not that far away now. I know back to school supplies are already being set up in some of the big stores.
We're already talking about them in our family. We love back to school supplies.
Well, hey, if you wanted an excuse to get outdoors this weekend besides the gorgeous weather, here it is.
Spokatopia Outdoor Adventure Festival kicking off tomorrow. KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez tells us what we can all expect from the event.
That's right. There is a bunch of new things happening here this weekend at the Spokatopia Outdoor Adventure Festival. First of all, it's 2 days instead of 1, so there will be a camping trip for the night of in between the 2, and there's this new night event happening. So I have Casey Dietz here who's going to tell us a little bit more about that. So Casey, what is something super fun that people are going to be able to do at night?
So we have our outdoor movie happening, and right after that we have a black diamond scavenger hunt where it's going to be at night in the dark using reflective tape. 30 people get in, everybody gets something, and we're really excited to have it.
That's so cool. That really means free stuff. Whoever comes in, they're going to get free stuff. And we'll go ahead and walk this way while we talk a little bit more. Kind of everything's getting set up right now. Another new thing that's happening though is you guys are trying to be even more inclusive than you have been previously. How are you guys making sure everyone's going to have fun while they're here this year?
Absolutely. Spokatopia is really about the community, and we want everyone to be welcome. We are welcoming people who are new to the sport. If you're an outdoor enthusiast, also if you have any kind of mobility impairments, we really want to work with you and welcome you to this outdoor festival.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys did just a little bit of that last year. What was kind of the reaction from people?
It was really great. We took a group sports for the blind tandem kayaking last year, and they loved it and enjoyed it and are coming back this year.
It's amazing. So neat. Well, I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown of everything you need to know, everything Spokatopia for this next weekend. First, it's this Saturday and Sunday starting at 9 a.m. both days. It's happening at Camp Spokane on Upriver Drive here, and it's free, but some of the adventures do cost some money. Can you kind of just go through those demos and pricing a little bit with me?
Absolutely. So depending on what you want your Spokatopia experience to look like, general admission is free, but if you'd like to demo some of our boats, some of our bikes, it costs a different amount of money if you want the really expensive, nice new ones, or if you just are trying it for the first time, you can really find your price point.
Yeah, so you can really kind of make the weekend what you want it to be. And another really cool thing that's happening is that camping that's happening from Saturday to Sunday night. It's actually the only time you can camp in this area all year long. So it's something that people should really try to take advantage of. Here in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez. I'll send it back to you.
Nicole, thank you very much for the update. It is 9 minutes past noon right now. The outer bands of Tropical Storm Barry are brushing up against the banks now of the Gulf Coast.
It is gaining strength, and we are tracking its path, plus detail the danger of the storm surge.